I was born a human, but I identify as a wabbit. Okay, go ahead and make fun of me. That just makes you a racist wabbit hater. So there. All right. Welcome to Not My Rabbit Hole, the podcast. I'm Tere Joyce, your host. I know I haven't been here in a long time, and I'm actually dual broadcasting on YouTube as well as on my hey, hi. I have people saying hi. Hi. Yay. Yeah, I've got like on Instagram, I have dog ears. Okay. Cute hair. Oh, you like my hair. Thank you. Oh, see, my hair still stands out. Yeah, you know what? I put in a little bit of a color on it today from the London Bleach Company. It's just like it's called pearlescent, and it's got like a very light kind of pearlescent pink color to it. And I got my pink glasses on too, so I can like read what's going on here. All right, so I'm doing my Not My Rabbit Hole podcast. I haven't been broadcasting in a long time on my podcast. This is going to go up on Anchor and on Spotify. I'm also on YouTube, and I want to talk about it. Like the title of my show is "Merry Augmented Reality Christmas." And this is like the new augmented reality. And I mentioned the TV show Surrogates. I don't know if you not the TV show, but the movie Surrogates with Bruce Willis, where they all have a synthetic other body walking around that's way more attractive and perfect than the ones that are actually at home. And in a way, I think this is a version of it. I don't know if you guys have seen, because we're in the metaverse now. So I don't know if you guys have seen like Mark Zuckerberg's stuff on the metaverse. I'm sorry you guys are missing this cute dog combo here for this video. Look, even my nose moves a little bit if I keep going. Okay. Sala Bonilla. Hey Terry, both Elizabeth and I say hello. Hi, Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas, Salo and Elizabeth. So I'm really glad. It's nice to see you here. That's fantastic. Thank you, Cellar Door. I look great as it is. Thank you. That's but I appreciate that. I don't always feel great looking all the time. Sometimes, if there's a little bit of an app enhancement to make your skin look a little bit better. So is that really fudging? Like I'm wanting to brand, a new thing. Like one of the things that I was doing when I went to college, and I'm not done doing college. I did my first semester, but I've gone back to college as an older woman. I hate to say how old I am, but maybe I should. All right. I'm 59. I'm 59 years old. Right. All right. I am. I'm 59. And I decided that I wanted to go back and get a degree in journalism. And then I found out that I can get my associates in journalism and then go 2 more years and get into Bachelor of Arts in journalism, media, and film. And, because, I've worked as a stand-up comedian for many years, and I don't want to stop working as a stand-up comedian. But we're going to get to how that might be possible still in the metaverse. All right, so we're going to go there for a minute. I don't want to stop, but I wanted to work on my writing. Like I took a fiction writing class and I got all these pieces that I wrote that we had to do in class and did a portfolio. Oh, like my ears went right there for a minute. Did a portfolio and I worked my first act of a screenplay that I'm working on and stuff. And I would like to publish something too as well. And I enjoy writing essays. I wrote a couple of essays. And so one of the things that I've been really curious about, and I even wrote a few papers about, was artificial intelligence. And, and I did some research into robotics as well. And there is a possibility, okay, that through artificial intelligence, there could be networked persons. And this is legitimate. Like I found, this is not conspiracy theories. I mean, I went to the school's website when I was researching it to find out these periodicals on it. And there is a possibility that we could have our own minds, our own brains, wired by this, the artificial intelligence. My buddy Rich, Merry Christmas, Craig X, is in the house on Instagram. Craig X. I don't know if you guys know who Craig X is, but maybe you do. Craig X had a medical marijuana dispensary that was also a Judeo-Christian temple. Yo, yes. Okay, we have a big history between each other, Craig X and I, and I love Craig. It's so good to see you here. Okay, so, but anyways, he has a whole history. Like Craig X is a legend. You just look him up. He's a freaking legend in the cannabis world. Oh God, I have my glasses on. See, even the glasses still work with the augmented reality. Okay, so this is all fun, right? But you know what? I know, and you know, I kind of look cute as a dog, but you know, but in reality, I'm not really going to look like that, right? But it's kind of fun, you know. It's kind of fun to, you know, if I want to, what do we call it? Like, if I want to identify with a canine, I can definitely accomplish it on Instagram right now. So I'm in this study. Never would have guessed my age. Thank you. No, you know what? Here's what I want to do. Besides like doing this, because I love doing this. I love our community. Like I love talking about UFO stuff, and I love conspiracy theories too. I mean, I freaking love it. I just love it. All right. I don't think I'm ever gonna leave or stop doing comedy or something like that. But I want to take things a notch in another direction, and I'd like to brand pro-age empowerment. I'm not the only person that would, you know, it's already out there, you know, but pro-age empowerment, being that as a person, whether you're male, female, or whatever, or transgender, or in between, or whatever, right? But just because you get older doesn't mean that you have to stop learning, doesn't mean that your life ends, doesn't mean that, you know, that you're just an old cow, like ready to be thrown out. Like, it's okay for me to go back to school if I want to and get educated. And, you know, I had a person, can you tell me, like I've talked about this before, like when I said I was going to go back to college and study journalism, I was all excited about it. I'm all excited about it because I really feel that freedom of speech, you know, to be able to express ourselves, to be able to express, for me to argue with Lauren Pritchard, who is like an actual personality on YouTube here, who has a YouTube channel, she's a public personality, but to disagree with her and have an argument is a blessing. Right? It's a blessing for us to be able to express our thoughts and express our ideas, because as a government, you do not have a democracy unless you have free speech. We do not have a democracy if we can't speak freely. All right? Okay. And I know that's in question right now. And I know it's really hard to do that on social media. By the way, I am going to create a channel on Odyssey as well. And I think I'm going to call it the things you can't say on YouTube. All right. Because And I really, the people who created Odyssey, I saw them do a tweet, and they said that people were questioning them, like, well, why don't you just censor people? Like, why don't you just censor people like YouTube does? And they said, because we don't believe in that. And by the way, our response is, why don't you suck our dicks? And I'm like, hey, man, I want to go on those guys' network. I want to go on the guys when they go, hey, why don't you just censor people? When they go, hey, why don't you suck our dicks? I'm like, oh, those are my peeps. Those are my peeps, right? Because we should have the freedom to look at somebody and go, yeah, you know what? Why don't you just go ahead and suck my dick? I know I don't have one, but, you know, you should just go ahead and suck my virtual dick, okay? Just suck my virtual dick, or I'm being really naughty right now. All right. So when we're talking about augmented reality, this with the little dog ears, right, is part of like what I was doing with Spark AR Go. And I'm still a publisher. I hope they don't get me in trouble for doing this, because I'm not showing any of the stuff that I created. And I kind of got into it. And the people that are doing this, they're all entrepreneurs. Like some of them are singers and musicians and this and that. And, you know, they have their own business, and they're wanting to do little quick videos and do something that's going to catch people's eye and things like that. But eventually eventually we're all going to go to the metaverse, and I'm going to share something on my YouTube channel here. Amen. You're a modern day Thomas Paine. Thank you. I'll take that as a compliment. Thank you. Thank you, Craig X. I'm honored. Okay, so let us look at the metaverse for a second, because I'm going to share this on YouTube right here. Mark Zuckerberg is betting Facebook's future on the metaverse. The future of the company would go far beyond its current project of building a set of connected social apps and some hardware to support them, which is some of what we're doing right now. All right, so Mark Zuckerberg, just so you guys know, because you can't see this part right here, but if you do want to come on my channel, I'm on Not My Rabbit Hole on YouTube if you want to see this part. But it says Facebook CEO on why the social media is becoming a metaverse company. As June came to an end, Facebook CEO Mark Zuckerberg told his employees about an ambitious new initiative. Okay, so the article goes on. I don't know if you guys, I don't even know if I want to read this right now, because it's long, right? And I'm doing two different things, and you guys can't see it. But in a moment on my other channel, I'm going to show a video from Facebook. So if you guys want to come on the other channel, go ahead. But just the way the augmented reality looks. But, let's say, I mean, honestly, I have to admit that if I'm going to re-upload this to Anchor, even if I had this in an audio format, you couldn't see what Mark Zuckerberg is saying. So I should probably just explain it to you. And you know what? Probably a lot of you out there are already up on this. I don't really think that I'm showing you any new information about Meta or the metaverse at all. But what they're creating is like Mark Zuckerberg comes around and he's in this virtual reality. And really, Merry Christmas, Mark Zuckerberg, by the way. Merry Christmas. Let's not just throw everybody under the bus. I know that you probably have been already hacked by AI because your eyes are black. Sometimes you don't seem like a real human being. But, here we are, on social media, moving to this virtual reality where, pretty much all, who knows, maybe we can have a comedy club and a virtual comedy club. Trust me, I want to be one of the first people out there to have a comedy show in the metaverse, right? So you go there and it's like, this is your new world. This is where you're going to, be at. This, you can be anything you want. This can be your office and, so right now, you guys are seeing my actual background, right? My home, my casa, all right? You can see my real reality. But, with a green screen already, you can put in a different reality, right? But in the metaverse, it's going to be 3D, and, we've got the Ray-Ban glasses and the Oculus glasses, and, it could become a completely different world. And that is where everything's going. So even though we're sitting back wearing little dog ears, having a really great time and a fun conversation, the reality is that our life is changing. I'm going to say it right now. We know that. We know we're headed to something else. Now, is everybody going to join in on it? Do we have a choice? Is there a positive side to this? Well, if you're stuck in your home, right? If you can't go outside because of what's going on in the world, maybe having a virtual reality way of relating to people, you could actually really go to work in a virtual reality, sit in your virtual reality desk, type your virtual reality stuff, right? And maybe get your virtual reality money and use your virtual reality chip. No, I'm going a little bit too far on it, but I don't know. This is almost the beginning of transhumanism too, right? The digital world, the digital money. the reality someplace else. Like, this is fun. I love it. It's fun. This is fun, right? Little dog nose, like letting your face get like you'd stick my nose through my finger through here. Yeah, that really throws it off. Yeah, that's a problem, right? Right. Stephen L. Green, hi. I'm gonna give Stephen L. Green a wave. Yeah, I thought I would broadcast tonight and talk about the virtual reality metaverse and everything. So I think that I guess I should keep going, right? I mean, Stephen Ellen Green. Now I'm running for Congress. Craig X is running for Congress. And you know what? Maybe you can campaign in a virtual reality, Craig X. Congratulations. See, there's some good people that are still in politics. Jason America. Oh my God, Jason. You know what? I'm kind of running out of juice on my laptop. Do you guys want to come on my show? I mean, like, do you want to do a roundtable? Like, I could do an invite here in the chat. And if you, Jason America, it would be so great to have you on tonight. I stopped doing Comedy Portland because of the wokeness. Oh, okay. Sorry. I think if I went back to Portland, they'd probably tar and feather me. I'm not well liked in Portland. I got myself in trouble there too. Like, Lauren Pritchard thinks she has a problem with me. You should hear about some of the people in Portland. Talk about raising chaos, for the freedom of the cannabis plant. You know what? Let's talk about raising chaos sometimes. Sometimes you need to raise chaos. Sometimes chaos needs to be raised in order to forge a new frontier. Right? I know some people are going to go against me on the cannabis thing, but I'll tell you something. Oh, by the way, let me just say this to you guys about being in college. I forgot to tell you this. I got a 4.0. I got a 4.0 my first semester. And when I talk about ageism and stuff, I had this one woman, like when I said, oh, I'm going to go back to school and get a degree in journalism. She goes, do you think you have enough brain power for that? Do you think you have enough at your age? This is what she said. At your age, do you think you have enough brain power for that? I'm like, bitch, watch this. Right? I mean, what an insult. Like automatically, like when you get older, you're not supposed to have a brain anymore. Did you know? I did not know that I got to an age where I became mentally deficient, that I no longer could learn anything. I can no longer apply myself to anything. I have no purpose left in society other than what? Like, getting ready to go get my, right? And, go whatever, go sit over here, sit down. You can't create anything anymore. We need to stop doing that. Did the virtual thing go like? Oh, look, what? I still got my nose. Oh, I still got my ears. Yeah. Okay. This is like two different realities. Like, I got a reality here and I got a reality here. This one's more virtual. Okay, so if you want to follow me on Instagram, I'm at Tere Joyce. So please follow me there. And if you want to follow me on Facebook, I'm there too. Congratulations on my grades. Thank you, Artem Moran. Yeah, I had like things that were in my way. Like, I had obstacles and I still did it. Yeah, I'm happy. Now, next semester may not be as easy because I have to take Math 45 and I'm not as good at math. I'm a communication person. I'm an English communication writing person. The math thing kind of escapes me a little bit. So I'm probably gonna have to have a tutor. I don't know. Maybe I'm underestimating myself, but I've always kind of had a problem with the math stuff. Isn't that kind of how it is? Like, you usually don't have both sides going on, for it. Jason America, you moved to mountaintop and rural Oregon. Nice. Oregon is still like such a wonderful state. I mean, it's just like a lot of the things that are going on there are just, not good, right? So Jeff, I don't know if Jeff is still here because I think he was mainly here to hear me talk about Bill Brockbrader, because I've been live streaming on my YouTube channel since 9 o'clock. So I just did the Instagram like at the last minute to do the point about the virtual reality. How do you guys feel about it? Are you ready? Are you ready for Meta? Celador says I'll be fine. If I work really hard, I think I'll do okay. Okay, I'm on financial aid, right? So I got a couple grants. I will qualify for scholarships now. I got asked. Oh, get this, okay? I got asked to do the Frederick Douglass scholarship. All right, because that's given to minorities, right? Frederick Douglass, you know who he was. He had a paper out at the way back when with our founding fathers. He had a paper to go against racism. He was a black man. Okay. Frederick Douglass, there's a Frederick Douglass scholarship that I got asked to do because my birth last name is Olguin, Olguin, and it's Spanish. All right. So I'm Hispanic. I'm a Latino. I know. I've got this. Well, this is kind of a purplish pink light color I have on it, but I lost my melanin. I had a white hair at 15. Okay. So I had dark hair. I had really dark hair. I'm not a natural blonde. And I'm really a Latino, so I qualify for the Frederick Douglass scholarship. It's like $1,600 for it, right? I mean, they give to certain people, but I almost feel bad. I told my mom, I go, well, I don't want to be like the what's her name, Pocahontas, right? You know what I'm talking about, Pocahontas. That ran for president. She's like, oh, I'm Native American and I've got, I'm definitely qualified for these grants. I don't want to be like that person, like oh, and the Frederick Douglass grant goes to Tere Joyce. I'm like, don't shoot me. But it doesn't matter really, doesn't matter what the melanin is, does it matter what we look like, I always used to argue, people would go, well, Barack Obama is a black man, and if you criticize his politics, you're a racist, right? I mean, you were automatically a racist. Well, you don't like a black man in office. No, but look, he's not he was half white. Not only was he half white, but he's related to all the other presidents. I'm like, why do people he's still part white? Okay, he looks like a black man, but he's a half white, half black man. It's just like, I look like a white woman, but I'm a half Mexican, half white woman. It's like it just doesn't matter. So, my mom says, go get it. Go get the scholarship because you qualify. Anyway, so I know you guys are laughing. Oh, that's nice. See, in the metaverse, see, LMAO. Thank you. And, in the metaverse, we might be able to hear like digital laughter in the metaverse, right? And you know what I really love about the apps, the makeup ones, I did with Spark AR Go. I have it up on my Instagram. I can share it on Instagram and I can share it on Facebook. I had this nice makeup and the eyeliner and everything like that. And you can smooth out the, underlines and, but again, just don't put your hand, in the line of the hologram thing. So trippy. So this is the trippy part of our world. Cellar door. I agree with your mom. Okay. I'll let her know that, my mom. Yeah, I've told it to a few people and they go, you should just go ahead and apply. So, Okie dokie 989 joined. I'm going to give you a little wave. This is fun. See, here's the deal. People go, they ask me, oh, well, are you still doing stand-up comedy? Well, actually, I did do some stand-up for extra credit in my English 3 class, right? Which was critical thinking. It was in my English 3 class, critical thinking, that I learned the term ad hominem, meaning that when you're having an argument, when you just jump to insulting somebody's character rather than defending your point. And that's why I was able to retaliate to Lauren Pritchard and say, you know what? Because every time I argue something with her, online or whatever, that I'm she, she has something, she calls me a liar or whatever. She when she said I wasn't an admirable person. I'm not an admirable person. If you call me on my bullshit, I'm going to tell you that you're not an admirable person. Okay. Oh, it seemed like my nose made a weird noise. She probably does coke. No, I don't. I don't do coke. I have bad sinuses, though. I don't have the sinuses to do cocaine, but I wouldn't do it anyways. But I am having a little bit of vino, a little bit of wine, a toast to everybody for Christmas. I hope that everyone has a wonderful New Year's and Christmas. And I really am glad to have platforms like YouTube and Instagram just to do shows and talk to you guys. Because in real life, I mean, I there's some people that I see in real life. Like my aunt came over and visited me, and she brought me, comforters and dishware and by the way, I got this. She got me these, right? And let me show you my shirt. It's like this whole kind of silk blouse kind of thing. And she brought me like all these jackets. And this, I started out with this, but it got kind of warm. But this is kind of like a little velvety stuff. So my aunt took care of me. Matter of fact, this is her picture right here. It's my aunt, my uncle. My aunt. That's my aunt. Oh, look, my aunt has dog. Look at the virtual thing put dog ears on my aunt's face. Isn't that funny? That's so funny. Or, oh my God, look, it gave her virtual ears. Wow. Yeah, I really do have family, guys. I mean, I have family. I know I might seem like, that I don't, that I'm just, some, loser. What was it? Taj, you're just, I don't have to answer any of your questions. You're just a loser living in a trailer. You don't have the brain power to go back to college. Shut up. Okay. I don't know how this is going to turn out for Anchor, but anyways, everybody on Anchor and Spotify who listens to my show, maybe if you even listen to this after Christmas, then Happy New Year. And thanks for listening to my channel. I really appreciate it. If you want to find me on Facebook, again, my name is Tere Joyce. I also have Not My Rabbit Hole on Facebook. If you want to support my work, because I am gonna start focusing on this. I keep saying, I'm gonna have a Patreon and this and that, but I will have that out there. There's also a way to follow me on Anchor and on Not My Rabbit Hole, and there's like a Patreon thing there. I'm on PayPal, HollywoodHemptress@gmail.com, and everything else. All right. Oh! Jason America is deboning rabbit for sausage. You might have really upset a lot of people that might be vegans tonight, but fuck them. Who cares about them, right? I'm kidding. Sorry. You saying that makes me think there's a show, I think it's on Showtime. It's called Yellow Jackets. And it's about these women that were part of a soccer team that were in some sort of plane crash. And so they were having to survive out there. I haven't, I was in a motel when I was in between places, and I was watching it. And I don't know the end of it, but there's this one scene where one of the characters like just debones or like just like kills a rabbit in the yard and then cooks it in the stew, because I guess she had these different kind of survival skills. I'm cracking you up tonight. Good. Thank you. It's good to hear that I'm cracking you up, because yes, that show is weird and wild. It is, isn't it? Yeah. I wish I had I could go back to on Showtime and watch it again. But I don't have that opportunity now. I'll have to wait till it comes out on Netflix or something. Speaking of shows that I binge watched, and I even wrote a paper on it, was Squid Games. That was that dystopian show where they're playing those like childhood games that you actually get killed until you have the last person who didn't get killed, and they get billions of dollars. One of the things that I thought was interesting about that was I found an article in Australia. They had the first red, green, red light character or robot that people and some characters dressed up like in the outfits with the triangles on their faces and stuff like that. They did a whole display in Australia, but you had to show proof of vaccination in order to engage in the display. So I don't know, make what you will out of that. That's all. I'm going to leave that at that, because even though we're on YouTube, we're on Instagram, but I just thought that was kind of interesting that they did that. Okay, so I'm going to say goodbye to Instagram and go back to YouTube. I don't have much time left. I have 17 minutes left on my YouTube channel, on my battery on my laptop, and I've already been talking for 2 hours and 15 minutes. So, anyways, Merry Christmas, you guys, and yay, Craig X! I'm glad you're running. You're running for Congress. I'm going to vote for you, Craig X. All right, bye.